Good afternoon. We're happy today to have with us Daphne Munoz. Today is Wednesday, April the 7th, 2021, and we're here at the Independence Public Library. We're going to be talking with Daphne today as part of a series of interviews that we're doing with people who are members of the Black, Indigenous, or people of color communities in or near Independence, and finding a little bit about them and what we can do to encourage reading. And so, Daphne, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I am currently a senior at Independence High School. I have played soccer for all 4 years.
Wow.
I currently serve in the Kansas National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I've served already 1 year out of my whole career so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then I work part-time at KTCCU.
Oh, the credit union?
Yes.
Kansas Teachers Credit Union?
Yes.
Wow, you're a busy person.
Yes.
So, are you a reader? What I understand you like reading. What inspires you to read?
I like reading like different perspectives of people, so like what they go through in like a story. Mostly historic is what gets me.
Are there particular books? Do you have a favorite book?
One that I remember very clearly is Bud Not Buddy.
Say that again?
Bud Not Buddy.
Okay.
I read that really young, and I think that's the one book that like made me open up so much to like people who are much different than I am.
Ah, okay. Cool. What does reading do for you besides, it sounds like it's educational?
It helps
and
me.
It helps you
yeah.
get a different perspective?
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah, that's mainly the reason I like reading, is I gain knowledge as I read.
Okay. And the name of the book was Bud Not Buddy. Do you remember who wrote it by any chance?
His last name was Lansaw?
Okay. We're going to be adding 2 copies of that book to our collection here at the library so that other people can read the book that inspired you. Are there people that have been influential in your life or made a difference or an impression on you throughout your life? Are there any special people?
My parents, for sure. They've encouraged me as I've grown up. They've been by my side, telling me I can do many things, accomplish many things. Another person would be my coach. He says that as long as you try, you're going to accomplish it.
Who's your coach?
Coach Bradbury.
Ah, I know him. Yes.
He's currently a science teacher at the high school.
I've met him. Good
and
coach.
Then lastly would be my cousin Kristen. She's really inspired me to join the service.
Now, you have a Hispanic background, and part of the purpose of the grant that we received was to help people better understand and build bridges with people who are different. Are there ways that you can think of besides reading that we can learn more about people of color, Indigenous peoples, African American peoples? How can we do that? How can we get to know each other?
I believe like in participating in like social events where a lot, just like Neowalla, for example, you see a lot of us, we're all like mixed in.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of us go out there and we're like as one. And then I believe there's an event in Chanute where they host like a Mexican fiesta.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And they have like, it's just like all Hispanic decorations all around.
That sounds like that would be a really good opportunity. Another question I have has to do with reading and things that we can do to encourage students to read. it seems like kids read, maybe in the beginning they learn to read, and maybe they really get inspired to read, and then it just kind of falls away. Are there things that we can do to encourage kids to build a lifelong habit of reading? Are there things that you saw in the schools or things we can do differently here at the library that would encourage that?
Oh, well, here at the library, I hear a lot of like how as the amount of books you read, you like gain points or something to gain rewards. I feel like that's a great way to encourage the younger generation to read more.
Cool. The last question, next to the last question is, do you have any additional thoughts that you'd like to add about this topic or anything that we've talked about today?
I feel like this is a really great project. Like, I'm glad to be a part of it and like share my background and to notice more of the cultural diversity.
Good. I'm glad you came today. I'm glad to get to meet you. I have one more question, and that is, in the far distant future, how would you like people to remember Daphne?
I want people to remember me as someone who's not willing to give up or push through all the hard events and be a person that's there to help them.
And you told me something your parents told you, gave you some advice?
They told me that, what was it? Sorry,
something about not giving up.
Yeah, they always told me that I can do whatever I can if I just put my mind to it.
Sounds like good advice. Well, thanks so much for being here today, Daphne. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Daphne Muñoz,